guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Maribel. So for today's video, we are going to talk about something that God he just gave to me, okay? It's not a Bible verse, by the way, okay? So here I was, writing in my diary again, you so and I wrote, your name, your face, your skin color, and where you're born, it's all part of God's plan. Amen. Let me tell you a little bit about me before I start with this story. As of, when I read this is when God reminded me of something that happened to me. I was born in New York, and my parents are from Dominican Republic, both of them. And, being in New York, Washington Heights, I grew up with many people around me, many different culture and everything. So people will tell me, oh, you look, Mexican. Or if Mexican, I look something else. Or Colombian. But they will never say I look, Dominican. And I was like, okay. They used to be like, sure. And I used to be like, sometimes I would get mad, like, what you mean? I'm totally Dominican. Don't just see my face. They were like, girl, you got, like, the features of a Mexican girl, okay? You're Mexican. And I was like, okay. All my life, being in New York, I felt like things were, handed to me. Because even though my parents didn't have a lot, but they had just enough. But especially, happiness. And there was a time when I got married. Things were not good. For a very long time, honestly. For about, let's just say, 3-4 years. And my kids were like about 4 years old, or 3, around there. They're toddlers, so my husband and I, we decided to go to this church, and he was gonna go work there, right? He's gonna be a video editor and handle all the multimedia part of the church, and they were gonna pay him for that. And then the pastor said, "Okay, let's find you a place so you could be for about a week or two, because my husband and I went from New York, living with my mom for a while, to New Jersey. And so he said, okay, let me help you find a place, a temporary place, so you won't be, out there or anywhere, weird or different or in a bad place." So we actually went to a house, a very nice house. And this lady was part of church where we were going to stay. We met her, and it was actually going to be just me and my kids. My husband was going to stay with another guy from church, living in his house. And they separated us because she was a single mother, that woman. And so they were like, it's better because he's a man, he's a guy, like, just let him go with that guy that lives by himself as well. So, you guys are going to be separate for a little while, but, you guys are going to be good. So we thought. So there was about 2 or 3 days in, I think, I'm not really sure. But my husband and I were just not in great terms. And being separate made it even more difficult, right? Because we had no communication except for the phone, texting, whatever. I felt like it wasn't enough. Me and him did not meet eye to eye. I was just, complaining about the situation. I did not want it to be there at all. I did want it to be with him, or I wanted to be with my mother. Um, but thinking about it, at times I would say, hey, if I go back to New York and he's in New Jersey, it will be even more difficult to see each other. And, honestly, I was pretty tired to be living with my mother. I love her, by the way. But I was tired of it, right? And the lady, she was kind of nice. Her son was there too. Uh, Her son probably was like around our age as well, me and my husband's age. So she is a realtor, and so we were not really talking. She was always working, and you know, I will see her probably in the nighttime or sometimes in the daytime. Um, this started to happen, where she would get mad because either I would not go downstairs at the time that she was there to say like hi to her or whatever. She will say that I would not like clean the mess that I left behind and things like that, which I get. But it did bother me. Um, the fact that she thought that she knew me because I was there, and um, I wasn't trying to be ungrateful, but I guess what I portrayed to her was that I was ungrateful, and that and then we were there for free, and then I had to clean her house, I had to do this, I had to do that, and I was like, okay, honestly, all right, I understand. Then there was a moment where my husband was visiting us, and she decided to tell my husband, oh, you know what, your wife doesn't talk. Um, she doesn't say hi. She doesn't come downstairs when I'm here. Um, yada yada yada. She was complaining, right? And I was in this depression state. I didn't know her. I was grateful to be there, but I wasn't really that grateful because I really didn't want to be there. I felt like I was forced to be in her house at that moment. Um, and sometimes she'll be at the kitchen table and eating pancakes or whatever. And she wanted me to be there. She wanted to see my face. And I was like, I understand, it's your house. But in the back of my mind, I was like, look, woman, like we don't know each other that well. I understand I'm here for a while. I don't know for how long. I thought it was just going to be like for a week or less, honestly. The pastor really didn't say much about that. But it was just difficult because I was super like anxious, and I felt like I couldn't touch anything because I'm going to get in trouble. And plus, I had two toddlers, and I was all by myself, and I was like, in my mind was like, I'm not trying to disturb you. Being a New Yorker, we stay in our rooms. There's guests, okay, we'll say hi to them. There's people our age, and we'll bring them to our room, right? Now, when there's like people that are older than us, say hi to them in the living room. Hi, what's up? Yeah, okay. And we'll go back to our room, and right. And being a New Yorker, I would just like have that mindset like, I do not want to disturb you. I'm, and I know if I go downstairs and let the kids out, something's gonna break. Okay. We don't want this. We do not. And it's a brand new house. She just got that house due to her job. So like I said, I didn't want to disturb her. I didn't want to bother her with the kids. It's, at times it will, really affect me because it's really hot summer days, and she didn't really have AC. Uh, so we were in that room, and it was so humid, so hot in there. And I will go downstairs, get some water, drink some water, get the kids water. Um, I'll do a quick, lunch or whatever, and give them. And but I will always do things fast, so I won't, be bother and just pick up real quick. Because once she said that I wasn't, cleaning after myself, I started, cleaning. Obviously, honestly, she was very judgeful, but I kind of understood her because she was, pretty, like around 50 around there. She was complaining about those things, and I was okay. I understand. She's like my mother's age. I had to respect the woman. It's her home. Let me clean. Let me do this. So I started cleaning. I started, doing what she asked me for, and I honestly felt like a servant for a while. I believe it was about like a month or a little bit less, but we already were there for a long time, and I was not only cleaning for myself, but I was deep cleaning, like mopping, washing this, washing that, da da da, and I never heard a thank you from her. Um, it was just like, oh, I better do this, It felt like for me, like she expected me to do that, you know. And even though my kids weren't really around, we didn't make a mess. We were just in the kitchen, eat our food, we go, bye, right? And when my kids were napping or whatever, I will, clean. And there was a certain time where we went to the backyard. We were just out to play, the kids. I was washing dishes, and she let me wash the dishes. She decided not to wash the dishes, so I started to wash the dishes, even though I didn't really eat from there. Um, she went in the backyard with the kids. Sorry, she took the two boys, and she just started watering her plants. And all of a sudden, the cops arrived, and I was like, "What happened?" And he was like, "Hey, are these kids yours?" I was like, "Yes, those are my boys. What happened?" Well, he was like, "I don't know. Apparently, your little one crossed the street, and right." I was like, at that moment, I was like, "What you mean?" And he was like, um, "Is that grandma taking care of him or whatever, taking care of them?" And I was like, "Well, that's not really grandma. She's just the owner of the house, but yeah, she's supposed to be, watching them, just watering her flowers." And the officer uh, was talking to her. Honestly, I don't know why I'm going through here, but I don't know why I'm just saying this. But yeah, that honestly caught my attention. Uh, like I'm helping you out here. Like you have to, at least watch the kids for me. Like help me a little bit, there, because you said you were gonna watch them, right? Um, then there was also a time where it was just little things like that will make me so upset. Um, like it's just thinking about it like now, like what if something would have happened to my kid, right? Um, so anyways, there was another time she invited her friend over. Um, I don't know if it was an electrician guy. I don't know, some guy there, and they were drinking wine. she offered me. I said no because I don't drink wine. Um, and then we're just talking and talking, and uh, I was with the kids out there backyard. I was okay. Let me just hang out a little bit with them, right? Get to know them. Now that I'm here for this, however long I am here. And I was texting my husband as well, and I was like, man, I don't want to be here. Just texting him. I'm like, when is this gonna be over? I want to see you. I want to be with you, and yeah. So, so I was there, just like, you know, uh, venting on my phone with my husband. And watching the kids, and they were just playing around in the backyard. And then I heard her say, "Oh, this girl, she doesn't talk. Just like her kids, they don't talk either. They're all muted, like." And I heard her say that, and I'm like, that is so disrespectful. First of all, you don't know what I'm going through to say that. You don't know how hard it is to be here, and the situation that we are right now. All right, my camera died. It's okay, guys. So I honestly didn't say anything to her after I heard that, and I was like, man, she is so like rude. The saddest thing is that she is, from my mom's country, Dominican Republic, and I felt so like so annoyed with that, and like I said again, I was just going through it, and it's not like I was on vacation in her home, right? And everything was just happiness here, happiness there. No, we were going through it. We were having financial problems. We had to be separate. I had to be separate from my husband. Um, at times we didn't have money to buy Pampers or whatever. We're being in a hard situation. And I felt like she was a rich lady. That's how she portrayed herself, that she was rich, that she had it all, and she looked at me like, ouch. And I was over it. After that situation, I told my husband, we have to go. We have to leave because this lady is really rude. And I can't be here anymore. A couple of years later, Jesus just reminded me of that situation. I was like, Lord, why are you bringing that up? But he just basically told me that's how many immigrants are. That's what they're going through right now. The way you were feeling, and the way they treated you, and the way they were, talking bad about you. Because she even spread a rumor to the church that I was crazy. And I was like, what in the world? Okay, lady. Okay. I didn't say anything. I did not defend myself. I just, you know, well, after we left that church, that's when I heard about that. But honestly, I didn't care. And so, yeah, God just told me that's what immigrants go through all the time when they have to be in somebody else's home because they don't have the financial, help. They need the help, or they just feel discriminated in so many ways. And I was like, okay, I see. And I honestly forgot that in that moment that I was a citizen of the United States. Like, being a citizen of the USA means that you have so many doors for you open. We could go to shelters. We could get help from, like, food stamp benefits. We could get help from anything, right? From the government. And that just went out of my head. And I couldn't believe that I really went through that and didn't even tell her anything. Didn't even like leave or like I could have had my own place and I could have had help from the government, but um, that just went out of my head. I don't know, but I bet like being immigrant is so bad because you can't, and that's why I don't know. That's why I feel like I am so connected with Mexicans and Ecuadorians or from people from Guatemala and people that came here to work, came here to do just making their family situation better. And when you see and you have people like that treat you like garbage and treat you like you're worth nothing, um, and people that just don't really help you, they're just there to criticize you, right? It's just sad, and it just reminded me um, of that whole thing when I wrote your name, your face, your skin color, and where you were born is all part of God's plan, and I always feel so connected um, with the Hispanic people and people that look like me. Felt discriminated. I felt hatred, and the woman was Hispanic as well, which is even sadder. Um, but your face, your skin color, where you're born, God made you that way for a purpose, and that story just reminded me of that. So if you're in a situation right now that you were like me, that you were in someone's home and they're treating you like garbage, if it is the will of God for you to be there, and out of that comes out of testimony, stay there, pray. But if it's not the will of God, leave. So yeah, what else I was gonna say? I think that's it. So thank you for watching, guys. Comment down below, like, share,